Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Senna updated complete guide for the latest patch, and of course as usual, don't forget to check out the basic guide that I'll put up in the cards above for her skills, leveling order, tips and tricks, as well as a couple of combos. But with that said, now let's move on to talking about her build. So Senna now basically does best with full damage, right? So let's take a look up here, right? Basically everyone is going full damage. So you're gonna start off with the Spectral Sickle, giving yourself a little bit of AD, as well as of course being able to proc when you attack enemies to give you extra gold. And then you're going to start with the Armor Pen Boots. Now, you want to go for Armor Pen Boots because Senna has a very strong early game, so you want to take advantage of that to bully your opponents. So you want to get the Armor Pen Boots, and then into Duskblade, right? So Duskblade, very helpful in terms of just dealing more damage using your very long range already, giving you a lot of AD, Armor Pen, as well as, of course, giving yourself the extra damage on your autos. Now, if you get kills, you can also get a reset and become invisible. And then a lot of the players here like to go into Blaster second, which works, but you can also go for Serpent Spang second if there's a lot of shielding, which in this current meta with Gargoyles and with BT, pretty much going to be every game. So I like to go for Serpent Spang for the AD Armor Pen, as well as of course destroying shields, and then Blaster of course with the bonus range, you get the nice stats, as well as of course giving you the triple passive of bonus range, bonus damage, as well as striking multiple enemies at the same time. And lastly, I like to go for more Reminder, of course for Armor Pen and Grievous Boots. Now with 2 crit items combined with Senna's passive, we'll be actually close to 100% crit. Right, so next up, runes. Now I think fleet footwork is going to be the best, giving you the movement speed to kind of run away or run toward. And of course, getting the extra healing is very helpful for your early game trading as well. And then I know some people like to go for press the attack. All the top players are going for fleet footwork. Some people like going for press the attack. I think it's a little bit too slow. Even with your Q, your auto combo to press the attack, I think it's a little bit too slow. Right, so the best damage runes you can go for is Shield Bash, which of course after you heal or shield you deal extra damage with your bread and butter combo that involves your Q. This is going to be like every time, right? And then of course Empowered Attack gives you a bonus damage attack once in a while to just deal extra damage. And here Zombie Ward is going to be the best, right? Ever since they made the change to Zombie Ward where you don't actually have to do the last hit to the ward and just need to actually hit the ward, it's basically just a lot of free AD, right? And then finally, Bone Plating for the extra safety. For the Summoner spells, normally you're going to go Flash and Heal, because at the end of the day, you are still a support, so Summoner Heal is generally the best thing you can go for. But otherwise, if you want to be more selfish, the usual ADC runes of Barrier, Exhaust, Cleanse are all options as well. But with all that said, let's move on to looking at the very short gameplay. Okay, so now moving into the gameplay section of the video. As usual, of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any questions, queries, or remarks, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Of course, I'll be sure to address them. So, the full damage Senna build has been getting more and more popular, and I did have like a debate in the comments with like a guy with whether tank or damage Senna is better. And I used to think tank Senna is better, but in the latest patch, especially because of the Duskblade changes, I don't think that damage Senna is better, but of course Duskblade change really only matters when you get a kill, right? So overall I just think the damage version has been getting better and better, and of course everyone's going for damage Senna right now. Excuse me, and basically it's like the best way you can play Senna. Right, so Senna is like a secondary carry, right? You're normally not the main point of damage unless your ADC is trash or like your whole team is trash. If not, you normally will not do the most damage in the game, right? Actually, I think I did the most damage in this game, but normally you wouldn't do the most damage in the game in a typical game. So normally you're a secondary carry. So the main like draw of damage Senna is that you not only can deal a lot of damage, but you're also very high utility, right? You got a heal on your Q, you got a shield on your ulti that's global, and you also have CC on your W, and also you have your like utility with your movement speed and your ghost thingy on the mist on your E. So overall you have high utility spells, and you have high range, high damage autos, right? So you can see here, one of Senna's biggest strengths is her laning phase, right? You should be able to auto Q or Q auto or auto someone to just farm stacks off of them, right? Look at this Varus or this Galio, right? We're basically at full health, and we're basically chunking them out with the help of fleet footwork as well. Like this should be what you're doing on Senna all the time. So look at this Galio here, I'm gonna auto him once. I hit the W, gives me the soul. I'm also rotating to the fight here to help the Vi. Vi in trouble, I'm going to use Summoner Heal, make sure she doesn't die. and we get the assist there. Now in the meanwhile though, of course Vayne just dies because the moment we leave her, she dies. Unlucky happens, right? So here I'm alone, but I can still farm souls, right? See, I get the auto Q onto the Galio, getting a chunk on him as well as getting the soul. You always want to try to get 2 points of damage onto an enemy just to get the soul. Now here, honestly, I kind of want to look for a base soon, so I'm just taking a lot of damage for free that I don't actually need to. So here, I even almost killing the Varus. I think if I hit the W there, I flash forward and I kill him because he wouldn't be able to flash from the root. So I actually nearly get the kill there onto Varus 1v2 basically, which is just how strong Senna is at the moment. I actually think Senna's damage is actually just really high. At the moment, I'm gonna have to move her up on the tier list when I eventually make one. But yeah, I don't have enough for the Lethality boots because we don't get that much gold as the support, unfortunately. But we do have more gold than our ADC who died, right? We've not been trying to farm the minions or anything like that even because obviously we have support item. But yeah, Senna does very well into lanes that she can bully, right? So these are lanes that normally involve a tank support because they basically only can engage. Aside from engaging, they can't really do very much, whereas enchanters can poke. So normally you do better against engaged support lanes like this. Like Galio has to dash in, otherwise he can actually poke with his Q, but yeah, Varus is also pretty low range, and by low range I mean he's not a Caitlyn or not an Ashe, right? Varus has normal range, but you can see here I can just bully him with my extra high range. I get 2 autos down on him, gets the soul, chunks him out a little bit, procs my spells. Now here I'm actually ulting down there because there's a fight going down against the Darius, and I am going to be able to get the assist here from Camille getting the kill on him, farming the souls off of Varus. Now honestly, these 2 bot laners are allowing me to just farm souls off of them for free, and this helps me scale a lot faster. Of course, Senna loves getting souls, and yeah, I'm just having a field day here, just collecting souls like no tomorrow, and I'm very happy about that. Right? So I finally get my Lethality boots, I get myself an additional long sword as well, just for that even more damage. So far I've done nothing really special, right? All I've really done is just auto and Q them and just poke them. Now, of course, you do need to know your matchup very well. You can't do this against every single matchup where you just walk up and just auto them for free. There are matchups where you will get punished, so you have to know if you can out-trade them and how the matchup works. In this case, I know that I can get short trades onto the Varus as well as the Galio, like so. And I will be A-okay. Like that, I'm getting a chunk on the Varus. I know that I can't take a long fight, right? Here, Varus actually ults me, Galio comes in as well. I pop the heal, summoner heal, but I don't actually think I even need it to. Actually, because Varus didn't actually do very much damage to me at all. And I'm able to survive just fine. Here we know Galio is popping the taunt. We actually saw it, but here, look at that, right? I actually used my Q onto the minion to ensure that I don't die, because that healing, even with the ignite on, is enough to actually keep me alive. Now, I honestly got a little bit lucky there. I probably should have died, but yeah, I do end up surviving. Once again, I'm gonna ult across the map just to give my team the shield, and let's see if they can finish the kill onto the Aurora. And they unfortunately don't, so I don't get any assist there. But I do get the serrated dirk, completing it into a item. And I have even more lethality, of course, just with even better poke against the combo of not Darius, but Varus and Galio. Now here, I'm just going to quickly remove the ward, zombie ward there. Unfortunately, this game, there's not been too many wards for me to take, so I can't really charge up zombie ward real quickly. Some games you have, like you never get zombie ward fully stacked, and some games you get it stacked really early. It kind of depends on a little bit on how much the enemy wards, as well as whether you're able to actually kill the wards or not. And so Galio's starting to hurt a little bit with that first strike. He's gone for mana boots as well as going for Prophet's Pendant. Now here, unfortunately, I get one shot by Aurora just jumping in from invisibility, and then Galio follows up with a Q, and I just got completely one shot there. No real counterplay there. Maybe I could have noticed if Aurora was coming, but I just didn't know she was coming from mid. And yeah, so that was a little bit ugly. In the meanwhile, Vayne just taking a ton of free damage for no reason. I respawn, I'm running my way back over to the fight. Somehow, Arvai is taking the Herald while we're somehow zoning people off the dragon. So Echo in a little bit of a spot of bother. We're gonna just get him out easy. Xin Zhao hops into the pit alone, and I'm just gonna free hit him, right? Because he's in the pit. He's not flashing out, even though he has flash. So I'm just gonna kill him for free. Now in comes Aurora. We're gonna go for her as well, and my team picks up the kill. Loadout coming in. I guess a little bit of visual clarity issue because my team did not even notice him coming in and did not do anything about it. Now Darius decides to go in 1v3. I'm just gonna land some free autos on him, land my root on him. He goes down. Varus, don't even think about it, and we're gonna collect all the souls that are left on the ground. Happy days. And heading back to the lane to help our Vayne, who is not the best player in the world. I mean, at least she's not hardcore feeding or anything like that. She's not doing very well, but she's not feeding, so that's kind of good enough. Looks like the secondary carry, Senna, has to now become the primary carry. I have very comparable goal to her. Only 300 gold behind her. And here I'm just going to... I canceled an auto there by accident, so I actually end up losing the trade here because I was meant to just auto Q, but I canceled the auto with my Q at the last moment on accident. So unfortunately, we kind of lost the trade there because of the fact that I canceled an auto and allowed him to free hit me basically whilst I was in the animation. So we're just looking for a little bit more gold so we can complete Dustblade. In the meanwhile, I'm just farming stacks or attempting to farm stacks off of the Varus as well as the Galio. We get a root onto Varus, just scare him a little bit. He doesn't have summoner spells anyway, so we couldn't force anything from him. And now I have enough for the Dustblade, so I'm finally going to recall and pick up my Dustblade. Of course, Dustblade is a pretty nice spike for us. And now taking the Hex Gate back to the lane, get there as quickly as we can. And honestly, at this point, not too much is happening. My whole team is now converging on top, being the last outer tower still alive. Maybe we can get a play here. Really pro W by me. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. Thinking I can hit the Galio mid-flight or what, but yeah. We are overloading the top side. Maybe we can get a dive, make a play or something like that. Doesn't look like it's happening though. Camille's now walking away. Vi is... I'm not sure what she's doing, but here, Aurora in trouble. I get a nice, amazing ulti there. I hit 2 people on the center with the ulti and shielded both of my teammates there. So really kind of an insane ulti from me. Now I Q through the Vayne to heal her and do damage to the tower at the same time. That's something you have to get good at when you're playing Senna, which is maximizing your Q. The best case scenario of using your Q is healing allies and damaging enemies at the same time. That's like max value, right? You get both the heal and the damage. Now that doesn't happen very often, unfortunately, but you know, it can happen on occasion, especially at objectives and especially when taking towers. You know, very straightforward. Now there, Vayne, stop tumbling away from my Q, please. I mean, she's full health anyway. Nice flash by Darius, flashes over my root, so there's nothing I can really do for the Vayne. And Vayne was actually winning that 1v1, or winning that 2v1, I guess you could say. We get the root onto Darius, farm enough soul off him. In comes Aurora now, they're all here. And here in comes Echo to make the difference. He manages to one-shot here. And here I'm just farming the soul. We have Camille going in, a huge ult across everybody once again. And there, Aurora 1 HP, queuing through her. Now she's 1 HP. I want to get this kill. Enemy team actually surrenders here at this point. So I'm just trying to get the kill on Aurora before the game ends. There we go, extra kill on Aurora, and there's the game. Even though this was a really short game, I really think it shows how strong Senna is in lane, how Senna can snowball the game. So I'm going to leave you guys with the stats as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.